Are you ready to upgrade your webcam but don't want to pay the Logitech prices or the coronavirus price gouge on webcams lately? Stick around, I might have an answer for you. Hey guys, Captain Morgan here with another product review for you. I just want to remind everybody that I stream on Twitch every Monday, Friday, and Saturday at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. There's a link in the description below to come check me out, so why don't you just come hang out with me? We'll have a few laughs, and we'll shoot some stuff about at work there. I also want to let you know that I'm not being paid for this. I was not contacted by the vendor for a product review on this. This is something that I bought with my own money on Amazon. There's a link in the description down below if you want to check out what I got. It's not an affiliate link, it's just what I found. So if this is something that you're interested in, you like the video, and you think it's going to look good for your stream or whatever it is you're doing, by all means, check it out. Without further ado, let's get into the review. So when I first decided to start streaming, I just grabbed one of the 1080p cameras, webcams from Amazon. You know, like everybody does, they just snatch one up and say, all right, I'm ready to rock and roll, I'm ready to stream. And then when I started looking at other streamers and seeing how the stark difference between their webcam and my webcam, I started going, that can't be good. So after further investigation, I found that it was probably my lighting that was the first issue, which it was. My lighting was definitely a big issue. I looked a whole lot clearer with my 1080p 30 frame per second camera. And for most people, really, that's good. That's all you're gonna need. But I wanted something that was a little more seamless. I didn't want any choppiness. I wanted to look like I was live right there in front of you, like you and I could be having a conversation. So I wanted a 60 FPS camera, and I started looking into the Logitech Brio and the C921. And I gotta say, those prices to me are outrageous for what you're gonna get. I mean, I'm sure people will pay it. They're gonna be happy with it. I didn't feel like buying it right now, especially with coronavirus right now. Making all the, inflating all the webcam prices. Most PC parts actually are getting, pretty pricey, which is not fun. But I wanted to get a 60 frame per second camera that could toe the line and get my stream to where I wanted to get it, and it's actually what I'm videotaping this on right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go through an unboxing, what the specs are on these, my impressions, what your use cases could be for this, and then my final thoughts and my conclusion on whether or not you should get this. So let's take a look. So as you can see, it comes in a little blue box. It's got the Nexigo branding, 1080p Full HD webcam. Let's go take a look around the sides of the box here. Nothing too fancy. Let's go ahead and open this sucker up. You got it's in a plastic slide-out box here that I open upside down because I don't pay attention very well. And that reveals on the bottom the manual, which is actually somewhat useful in this case. Some of the manuals I've gotten before haven't been very useful, but this one's all right. It gives you some troubleshooting and how to set things up. It is driverless, so it's just plug and play, and it's going to use whatever your operating system uses to calibrate its webcam. So now that I turn this the correct way, you'll see that it comes with a tripod. I will say this tripod is very useless. I have not used it for anything. I tried to get one of my LED lights to stay up on it, and it was just too top heavy and fell over. Also, to note, the webcam was top heavy and knocked it over. Next up, we take out the webcam. It's in this little plastic piece. That's nice, and get this out of here. Go ahead and take this wrap off. Get out of here as well. The build quality it seems cheap. It's very light plastic. It's got some shiny plastic on it, so it looks and feels a little bit cheap. But that being said, it's actually pretty good quality, especially when you start seeing the results that you get. It does only have that top pad there that I have my finger on. It is the only rubber pad on there, so it slides around a pretty good amount, so you need to find a way to try and mount it down, especially if you have one of the ultra thin, ultra wide monitors. It's definitely going to need some help staying in place. But as you can see, I try to put this on the tripod and it gets a little precarious there in the back. Thumbs up. So the specs for this webcam are as follows. It's 1080p at 60 frames per second. It also supports 720 and 480p. It is a 1 and 2.7 inch sensor for seeing video. It's a 2 megapixel image sensor. It's got an 80-degree field of view, which is less than my previous one. My previous webcam had 110 degrees, but we'll get into that a little later. It is USB 3.0. It has a built-in microphone, but I don't use the microphone. I have my own standalone microphone here for streaming. But I haven't tested that part of it, but I bet you it's pretty good. And then it doesn't have an included privacy filter, so you can just flip it closed so that way no one can take a look at you while you aren't ready for them to. So like I said, when I first unboxed this, I saw that it had the black cheap plastic on there, the shiny plastic. There's, you know, some of the hallmarks of some kind of cheap IT supplies. Not a really good first impression. It just seemed kind of minimalist. It didn't seem like it came with many features, which it doesn't. I mean, we'll be honest, it doesn't have that many features. But what it does have is its bare bones minimum, 60 frames per second, 1080p, and it delivers. It delivers on everything that was advertised in the Amazon description. You have a couple of options with this one. The ones that sell a lot more are the manual focus one, and there's a little dial you got to manually focus and then hope you don't move a whole lot. This one is an autofocus camera. That being said, the autofocus, it will jump around a little bit. It'll focus in and out. You'll see it around the borders of your layout. If you're really animated and you're all over the place, like you try to get close and it tries to do all this stuff, but it does color correct pretty quickly if you get real close. Oh, got a little green there, but for under 100, it was $100 at the time of making this video. So compared to the Brio, which was about $250 on a good day if it's in stock, I'll take the $150 discount and just deal with some filters if that's what I got to do. The field of view is about 30 degrees less than the other camera that I had. I don't know if you remember my previous streams, but you could actually, there's a bookcase over here, and you could see a little bit more of this map over here. For me, it's not that big of a deal, but some people, they like to put all the stuff that's in the background into their stream. So if that's something that you're into, this is a narrower field of view, so it's not going to see just as much stuff that you have, but that's up to you. So I mentioned earlier that the monitor mount was a little on the chintzy side. It does only have the rubber pad on the top part of the stand, so if you have a deeper monitor, it's going to sit on top a whole lot better. But if you have a thinner monitor, it's going to take some finagling to kind of angle it, use some friction because it's got the collapsible thing, use some friction to kind of keep it pressed up against there, the back of the monitor, and it's probably going to do. I mean, it does fine for me. I have a thinner ultra wide monitor, and it does okay. Just don't shake the monitor if you start sucking. The still camera on this is not up to snuff with its competitors. It looks more like a 1998 Sprint phone, taking a picture of your dinner and sending it to somebody who doesn't care. No, that's from Jim Gaffigan. You can't use that. If you want to use it to make a quick GIF or a meme, this is probably the camera to use for that. If you're trying to take a professional shot for LinkedIn or something like that, find a photographer. They're out there. For my use cases, I use this for streaming, doing a little bit of content creation with it. This might not be my primary way of doing YouTube videos. There's a lot of things that I want to do. It's going to be a little bit more encompassing that a webcam's not going to be able to do. But I mean, in my opinion, it's my opinion, of course, it's doing just fine. It's doing the job. It might be good for how-to and tech tips and stuff like that. Some of the videos that I'll have coming up, it's going to be useful for that. It's more than capable of working for Zoom meetings, Skype meetings, Microsoft Teams. It does a very good job for that. Yeah, it's for $100. You're not getting all the features that you're going to get in a Logitech suite, but you are getting a sweet camera for $100. Hey guys, hope you liked the review. If you did, be sure to smash the like and subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the bell icon, because that way you can be notified whenever I have videos coming down the pipe. Until I see you guys next time, game on.